One, go.
So Steph at USS, it's like Monday.
Hey guys, what's up?
Oh hey, how's it going? Hey, you guys want to take some coral data?
Sure, let's do it. Let's propagate some coral.
Yeah, absolutely. Woo! Hi there. Welcome to the Arlington High School Marine Biology Laboratory. We are part of the team of Positive Correlation, and we'd like to show you a day in the life of the lab.
Come with me and I'll show you. So, every day we make sure to look at the tank and record anything that's maybe abnormal or typical, just to know that we have some sort of baseline data. As you see here, there's a bunch of data taken. So
this is the coral journal.
Yeah, the coral journal.
So our tank chemistry is our objective data. We take that on a bi-weekly basis, and then the coral journal is our subjective data. The color of the coral, the look of the tank, the look of the fish, their behavior, and we take that on a daily basis.
On February 3rd, there was an urchin that has a frag tag stuck to it. So that's some of the difficulties that we face, because some of the fish, Emma, explain how some of the fish affect our coral.
Okay, so our coral sits on an egg crate. So these very exuberant fish would love to knock off the coral and mess up our pattern and our whole entire map out of the tank. So that was pretty difficult to manage first, but we actually ended up getting into a routine where it didn't matter where they were placed. So we prevailed through our struggles.
Now let's go back to January 28th. We recorded that an SPC acrocrab was eating away at some of the acropora. And these acrocrabs are supposed to have a commensalism relationship with the coral, but they might be stressors and are trying to take our data. So all these would affect the coral growth. So that was one of them. So now let's look at the process of how we measure our coral growth.
Okay, so these are our coral fragments. Each one is tagged or labeled so that we know which individual fragment is which. Now, to measure individual coral growth, we use a program called ImageJ, which relies on pictures that are taken to scale with a ruler. So we're going to do that right now for, which one are we going to do?
So number 25467. 25467, we mapped out exactly where our coral is and their number tags relative to where they are. That was repetitive, but that's what we do. And so it's and then we have the cards stacked accordingly. So it's like extremely easy for me to get it if I remember the numbers, which I don't. So what are the numbers?
25467.
25467. No, don't do it again. Which one?
It's the one right there.
Okay, 25467. That's number 23, as you see there. So I'll go in the stack and go all the way in the back to number 23. Here we go. I'll usually flip it like this so I know where I left off, and then I'll hand it to Faraz.
Thank you. In total, we have 26 large acropora fragments. These are hard, stony coral, and we do the tags so that we can tell which frag is which in the pictures. So, put the label in the water, put the ruler
Make sure the centimeter size is on.
the ruler next to the label so that you can adjust the scale.
And then you take a picture. Now each of our little coral frags has a sort of mug shot that we can record data with by doing ImageJ analysis.
We repeat this process for every one of the corals, as well as the hanging corals.
And we try to do this as much as possible so we can maintain the growth over a period of time. So far it's been over a month and a half probably that we've been doing this.
Okay, so now that we've got our pictures, what we do is use a program called ImageJ to measure the surface area of the coral to measure the rate of its growth. So what you do is you open up ImageJ, you have a picture of the coral right here. First you have to set the scale so we can find accurate surface area measurements. The first one we do is click the line measurement tool right here. You measure a centimeter. So out here, then what you do is you hit analyze, set scale. This is the distance in pixels. The known distance is 1. And the unit of length we want are in centimeters. So the surface area comes out in centimeters squared. You hit OK. And we're going to do the freehand selection. And to measure the surface area of the coral, what we need to do is to measure the shape of it. So what we do is just trace it out right here. Okay, now that we have it, analyze again, hit measure. And now what we're interested in is the area of the coral, which is 13.445. So what we do is go to our spreadsheet that we have all the coral from all the days that we measured the coral. And then the ID number is 13460. And we put 13.445.